Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing Power Rangers Cosby Free episode 7, titled Operation Seasoning. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So basically we get a really big reveal in this episode. It's about Zeto. So basically the Morphin Masters use magic to bring Zeto back. Using the Morphin Master staff. And every time Zeto uses the Morphin Master staff, basically the magic is basically the cause of his existence. And once he used up all that magic, he's basically going to die again. So that's actually really interesting. And they did tease it. They did tease this up back in episode 4. They started teasing it. And even the last episode, every time he uses the magic, he falls asleep or gets tired. And we see that really affect Ion and Solon in this episode. It's really interesting to see that Zeto's time on Earth is not even going to be that long. Also in this episode, we see Heckle's plan come into play, and he tries to destroy the force field. It did not work. He ended up getting captured, but we see he was able to morph using the boomerang. So as I suspected, he used the boomerang to morph. That's actually pretty cool. I really like Heckle in this episode. I feel like Ryan Cotter did a really good job of portraying Heckle, and his one-liners and his banter, I think, is just really well done. I really like it in this season. But something else I also really do like is Tarek. Tarek is doing a lot in this episode. He is taking out enemies and just showing that he's really fierce, and I just really like how they use it, Tarek, in this season. It was just really cool to see Heckle in action, and also Tarek in action. This is really cool to see, honestly. We also don't really get a exact or in-depth explanation on how Heckle gets his powers, or how he gets his powers, but basically he basically says in the episode, first I was evil, then I turned good, and then eventually I got my powers. So that's basically the explanation we really get. But yeah, they don't really go into that in the show. They did go into in the comics, but it's not really talked about in the show. So yeah. And also, this episode has some really cool fight scenes with Billy and the Talon Ranger. The Dark Ranger. I really like to see them morph together, because this season has a lot of Blue Ranger representation, because you have Dark Ranger, you have Ollie, you have Billy. This is a really blue represented team, if you really think about it. But towards the end of this episode, Squid Delia gets kidnapped, so she's going to be held hostage. So the Rangers basically going to use her for the next episode. So yeah, that's interesting. And we also do see in the episode that Javi and Izzy going to have to come up with an explanation to explain to their parents, because Javi's dad realizes that he doesn't have his arm, and yeah, it's pretty cool to see what's the explanation going to be. But earlier in the episode, Amelia, Billy, Fern, Izzy, and Javi gets kidnapped by the henchmen, and Zeto, Solon, and Ion basically managed to escape with Tarek and the others, and we basically Ion and Solon basically noticed something up with Zeto, and he finally basically tells them about what I explained earlier, that every time he uses magic, it lessens his life force. And we basically see Ion and Solar really hurt about that, and they don't want him to use magic as much anymore, but Zeto wants to, because that's his mission. That's basically his goal. And we see him use his magic after that to make someone grow into a giant monster, basically giant size. So that was just really interesting to see. And we also see that Zeto does not want Ion and Solon to basically tell the others about what he's going through. He wants them to keep it to themselves. And we see Ion and Solon is really uncomfortable with that decision, but they ultimately end up respecting his wishes. But overall, I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was a solid episode for the most part. I really enjoyed the character interactions. And yeah, that's all I really have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications. Let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on and everything you have to say about this episode. And having all to be said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.